Good morning. Uh, I think good afternoon. Welcome to this special webinar. Now, before I go to educational content, let me give you a small introduction about how do we see things. Like for example, let's go to the Maruti. So on the Maruti, when we go to the monthly, what we see here, I think last time I told you that it is wave 4 and it is heading towards wave 5. Okay. So is Maruti is completed? It's move. The answer is no, because there is no divergence on the monthly. There is no divergence on the monthly. Suppose if I keep this thing, the MACD value. One second. Let me put this in this way. Let me get that tool. A big pen. How exactly you can see there is a high probable trade? Suppose when I say I will leave this here and say this is 1296.84. Okay, and now I want to see what is the value of this. This is 1327. So there is a divergence between this and this peak. Yes, there is a divergence between those peaks. Now we will come to weekly. Weekly, do you see the divergence on the weekly? You do not see the divergence on the weekly. You see the convergence on the weekly, because on the weekly it is still rising. Weekly it is still rising. So when you see that weekly is still rising, do you see the divergence on the daily? And the answer is no. This is the biggest runoff. So it is making a wave 4 inside the this thing. After this you can see a small rise, the way I am trying to highlight here. Okay. So do you see it's already terminated? Terminated? The answer is no. We may see another rally, and we probably see the rally will be somewhere equal to the 0.618 of the length. For example, if this is the last correction, then the Maruti will lead to somewhere around 0.3, let us say 17,199. Let's call it for a small understanding. And the second thing what we notice is that we notice that this is all a correction. When this kind of corrections are taking place, what we notice is that we notice there is no momentum. It's the momentum has reduced here, then it has gone a very slight, then it is making a sideways. This reduction meets the reduction in this, suggesting it is a controlled correction or it is a fading of momentum, but it is not absolute reversal. It is not absolute reversal. Again, it did not make any new, and then it came here. When it came here, we saw what we see is when this broke out over here, we saw this already zero above the zero level. Okay, let me blow it up. Let me get you the exactly what we see in this. The first bar that came out of the zero line is this. This is the first bar. And the next third bar that came out of the zero line. It is always said that MACD histogram you have to wait for third bar. Third bar to give in a bullish buy setup. Yes, it is true that you have to wait for a third bar above the zero line. This is MACD in the 4 color. So this was our actually buy. Of course, you would have bought it on the lower time frame also, there is no issue. But this basically ends the sentiment and holds it as in a buy. And when we know that this is your buy, then from the low of this to the peak of this, let us not go for the next leg. That means we will count only that first probable outcome. That's all. The second probable outcome, yes, we don't know about it. We don't know about it. Now, how do we say Price can reverse from here also in a deeply manner. Then it can go up. Again it can come in a deeply manner. Then it can go up. Again it can come deeply manner. Then it can go up. Again it can come deeply manner. Then it can go up. By creating this, you are creating in a diagonal shape. So we don't know what is going to occur in the future. So our job is from this particular leg, one second, from this particular leg, our job is to watch out for 1.618 or a slightly more than 1.618. So we made first bearish setup here, that is on this price. So this is our exit. We don't buy until here there is a strong close above this. There is no zero close above that. So it let us know that it has made an A, B and C. Excuse me. Now what we want an impulse correction. Then we are heading up. But the characteristic of this going upside will be somewhat similar to this character, whereas the characteristic of this going upside is somewhat like a very strong moves. So you will see very strong bars. You will see strong bars. You will see strong bars. So the characteristic changes. This is what we teach the people to understand how the developing trend is behaving. If the developing trend is behaving in a different way than the rest of the things, then you understand the characteristic of it. And we have a very clear vision, like how do we see this, हम इसे कैसे देखते हैं, and how do we consider it as a pattern also. तो हमारा एक measured method है. There we go with that. So let's go to the weekly. वीकली से क्या डेली पे ही करते हैं पहले. लेट अस गो टू द थोड़ा वो तो ये HDFC का देख लेते हैं. HDFC बैंक, इट हैज़ मेड अ यस, it has broken, it has made a this thing and now it is ready for going upside. Yes, it is ready for going upside. ये ऊपर जाने के लिए तैयार है, ये तैयार है. You can see it's almost like an एक एक्सपैंडिंग एंडिंग डायगोनल की तरह बनने के लिए कोशिश कर रहा है. एंड देर इज अ डाइवर्जेंस. यस, देर इज अ डाइवर्जेंस, बट डाइवर्जेंस, दिस इज नॉट अ न्यू हाई. We need a close above that, then only we accept this as a completed pattern. Sorry, 1 minute, I'm very sorry, we should not put that. So we are looking this, there is a divergence. Yes, there is a divergence, but we need a close above this price. I'll tell you, this is the all-time high, but we need a close above this all-time high. So we will work until the new all-time high comes into the picture. So we, yes, for a short term we may go, yes, we may go for the short sell, but for a long, for still the pattern has to still invalidate its momentum. Is there a divergence? Yes, there is a divergence, and you can see the divergence. This is small, and when you see this is small, it is here, but prior to that there is a huge upside move. आपको मैं ये दिखाता हूँ, 1 minute. Trading price action, see this, if you see this and when you see this turns grey, a dark green, यहाँ पे डार्क ग्रीन होता है, जब होता है डार्क ग्रीन, then the first dark green basically suggests it's a divergence. This is a sell setup for us. First dark green is a sell setup for us. For instance, we go sell short below this and we keep our stop above this, and target is recent low. because after this green there is a color change in the MACD. So that color change basically indicates that there is a divergence and there is a candle that has formed, very confirming the things. Now I will go with this. Now I will show you here. I think, yeah, this is that day only. So let me ask this, when it makes this high, what happened after this high? You have a flag here, you have a flag here, it drops, you have a flag here, it drops again, then you have a flag here, it drops again, you have a flag here, it makes a new low and it breaches the flag. So from this particular zone you are going to make the money in this way. It goes up, it makes a flag here, it makes a flag here, comes here, it goes up, it makes a flag here, then it drops, you are selling here. Simple understanding, ideological understanding, yet it provides you the very basic income. If you want to learn, you can always join. I am not interested in बार बार बोलने के लिए मुझे कुछ ये देने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, बिकॉज आई एम नॉट अ प्रमोटर ऑफ माई ओन कोर्स. आई डोंट वांट टू प्रमोट इट, क्योंकि जो फ्री में मिल रहा है वो आपका पैसा भी फ्री में ही जा रहा है, बिना कोई मेहनत का आपका पैसा जा रहा है. इफ़ यू आर लूजिंग मनी गोइंग थ्रू some method or some technology, some system, that means you are losing it for free. आपका पैसा जो जा रहा है वो फ्री में जा रहा है. अगर आपको पैसा फ्री में नहीं जाना है, सर मेरा पैसा फ्री में नहीं जाना है, तो आपको यू हैव टू पे एंड यू हैव टू मेक अ वेरी क्लियर अंडरस्टैंडिंग टू फॉलो द रूल्स ऑफ द मार्केट. देन ओनली यू कैन मेक द मनी. ठीक है, चलो देखते हैं व्हाट हैपेंड हियर. हाँ, इट the law basically trend started from here, not from here. ठीक है, बहुत से लोग यहाँ से ट्रेंड पकड़ते हैं, यहाँ से ट्रेंड ऊपर गया, वो एक कंट्रैक्शन है. कंट्रैक्शन का मतलब 535 का कंट्रैक्शन है वो. उसके बाद बेसिकली दिस बिकेम अ ट्रेंड, वेव 1, वेव 2. एंड होता क्या है कि लोग, पीपल ट्राई टू वैलिडेट टू मच. Too much validation is also not acceptable with many reasons. Too much validation is also not acceptable with the many reasons. The reason is very simple. If you don't know the logic, you cannot make the sense of the market movement. Market momentum का logic आपको पता नहीं है, तो you cannot make the sense of the market momentum. I'll tell you what. People say, okay, this is 1 2 2 1 3 4 and this is 5, and it's wrong. People also try to say that, okay, it's 1 2 sorry, this is 1 2, this is 1 of 2, 2 of 2, 3 of 2, 4 of 2, again overlap. It is wrong, because market doesn't end at here. Market doesn't end it here. Market ends with this pattern as a running flat. As a running flat. Let me remove this there. As a running flat. जब ये running flat में end होती है, then it becomes 1 of 5, 2 of 5. ठीक है? Then 1 2 3 4 and you are getting a 5 here. 5. तो ये बनेगा आपको थोड़ा ऊपर जाएगा ये. इसे ऐसे करते 3 4 and 5. मैं ऐसे ऐसे नहीं करूँगा. आई विल गो विद द लेटरिंग. दिस बिकम्स 1 1 of 5. लेटर को थोड़ा हाईलाइट करते हैं एंड लेट्स यूज दिस. this is 1 of 5, this is 2 of 5. If you ask me, I was very much bearish in this, but I learned something कि भाई ये जो है अभी क्या हो रहा है, अभी इसमें हो रही है दिस इज 1 2, this is 3, this is 4, and we are getting 5. The reason is there is no overlap in this, and there is no overlap, barely there is any overlap. Since we are running in the wave 5, अगर 2 of 5 का बात समझ में आती है, so these kind of deeps are possible. ये डीप्स जो ये करते हैं, डीप प्राइस मोमेंटम होती है, इट इज पॉसिबल. वी आर लुकिंग फर्स्ट प्रॉफिट बुकिंग, वी आर लुकिंग फर्स्ट प्रॉफिट बुकिंग. कहाँ पे देख रहे हैं हम लोग? वी आर लुकिंग मोर देन 26,202. हाँ, यानी कि हम लोग वी आर लुकिंग मोर देन दैट. Almost we are looking at profit booking somewhere at 26,892. लेकिन मैं बोलना नहीं चाहता हूँ, गलत होगा, बिकॉज फिफ्थ वेव विल बी द लॉन्गेस्ट वन इन दिस केस. ठीक है, तो ये बन रही है, ये आइडियल अंडरस्टैंडिंग है एलियट वेव को समझने की. और आपको यहाँ पे इफ़ यू से आई वॉन्ट टू पुट 1 and 5 का ये डालना है, तो यू कैन पुट दिस, एंड व्हाट यू सी इज एन इट्स मेकिंग इन अ चैनल ओवर हियर, और ये चैनल के ऊपर तक जाएगा. लेट्स से इट विल कम हियर समवेयर हियर, यहाँ, क्योंकि दिस विल ट्रैवल इन दिस वे, राइट. तो ये तो साइड में आ जाना चाहिए. सो दिस इज व्हाट आई एम लुकिंग, एक आइडियल अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए. वेव एक्सक्यूज मी, वेव फिफ्थ विल बी द लॉन्गेस्ट वन. समझ में आया? ये 1 of 2, 2 of 2, 1 of 5, 2 of 5 है, तो ये क्या बनेगा? 1 सिंगल पैरेंथेसिस ऑफ 3 बनेगा. सिंगल पैरेंथेसिस 3 बनेगा. ठीक है, अगर आपको समझ में आती है तो ठीक है, नहीं तो यू कैन कमेंट ऑन द दिस थिंग. बैंक निफ्टी आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू कमेंट नाउ. बैंक निफ्टी इज ऑलवेज इट्स डिफरेंट, so I'm not interested in commenting बैंक निफ्टी. एनीवे, थैंक यू वेरी मच. कितना घंटा हो गया? घंटा नहीं हुआ, मिनट हो गया. ठीक, 18 मिनट हो गया. इफ यू नीड एनी स्पेसिफिक स्टॉक्स प्लीज कमेंट, आई विल गो थ्रू ऑफ देम एंड आई विल पोस्ट इन ए वीडियो. अगर आपको कोई भी स्पेसिफिक स्टॉक के बारे में पूछना है तो यू कैन join me in that Twitter and you can ask me in the Twitter. Okay, all the best. Thank you very much.